A rider who certainly has been making headlines lately, and a guy who's chasing the title. Warren, thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it comes at an interesting time for you where your career has gone the full 360 and things was at 180, and things are going very well. Now, I want to start you off with your apprenticeship. I did see the apprenticeship photo or the academy photo that you sent us with Viper and Dave Cavey and Mark Keeley and we've got the photo. We want to run through some of the faces who were there with you, and there's some talented riders. One or two I couldn't remember, but I hope you can clarify that. And here, if we get this photo a little bigger or a little more in the middle of the screen. Okay, here we are, fantastic. Now I'm going to try and work with you from the front row across, and you can help me out. On the right is John Panis.
Correct.
Zahn Thompson.
Yes.
Bernard Faderb.
Yes.
I've forgotten the Scarp's name.
Lucas Besta.
Lucas. My name is Lucas. I live on the second floor. Then going back the other side, just before Dave Cavey, that is from the academy.
Nicky Roebuck.
Nicky Roebuck. I don't know the guy next to him.
Lumumba Mofokeng.
Is that the one, eh?
Yes.
Then you got Rocky Agrella.
Can't miss him.
Who's the blonde lad next to him?
Francois Jacobs.
Oh yes, of course. And there's Chrissy Taylor and yourself.
Yes.
Clean cut little man.
Had hair those days.
Okay, and then let's move on. Dave Cavey's the riding master. That's Daniel McCready.
Correct, yes.
And that's the...
Genevieve Michelle.
Michelle, yeah. Then next it's got me.
Morne Venard.
Oh yes, Venard. He's got a son riding now. And is that Gift Funeka?
That's Gift Funeka, yes.
And then we got Sean Terry's assistant.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. And then to the top row it's Mike Keeley. Who's the man behind Mike Keeley, the tall guy with the shades? Must be a teacher.
I actually do not know.
I don't know either. Mike Keeley was a headmaster.
Someone's photobombing it.
Yeah, there's a guy photobombing it, yeah. And then next to him is, who is that?
Grant Burr, yes.
Grant Burr, yes. Then this is the late...
Benny Norton.
Benny Norton, who got electrocuted. A lovely guy. Was doing very well.
Yes.
Started his career in fine style. Next to him, I don't know.
That's Calvin Jupp.
Oh, yes. That's Kelly Jupp. That's Ryan Roberts.
Yes.
That's a presenter in PE.
Nadine Rapson.
And that's Sean Cormack's wife.
Yes, Chantal. Yes.
Chantal, that's right. And then that's Vince Curtis's wife. I don't know the lady with the blazer in front of Vince Curtis's wife. She's got the white tracksuit.
She was our matron.
Okay.
For the life of me, I can't remember her name.
Okay. Photobombing. And right on the back on the left, that lady.
Mrs. Clements.
Okay, the bells are saying Clements. And then Vince Curtis.
Yeah.
Viper in the back. There he goes in the back. So these guys, some of them have done really well for themselves.
Yes.
Do you keep in touch with most of them?
Yeah, look, a lot of them have stopped riding.
Yes.
But keep in touch with a lot of guys like Bernard, Nadine we see when I go and ride in PE and that sort of thing. Danielle McCready.
Yes, of course.
Well, Danielle Brown now.
I think she's got a pilot's license.
She does, yes.
Yeah, that's very, very good. So what were the academy years like?
They were tough, Mr. Lefts,
You came in being the son of a jockey.
Yeah.
A jockey who'd won the Rothmans July, as it was called then.
No, he actually never won it.
He ran second.
No, he was...
Leslie Mustard.
He was supposed to ride the horse Lightning Shot, and then
right.
someone else rode it, yes.
That's right, yes. So did your dad influence you in any way?
Yeah, look, didn't really push me towards horse racing.
So
it was an option for me, So, I mean, my teachers in school actually pushed me more than what he did. They said, you're so small that you should become a jockey. And well, my brother first went to apply to the academy, and they hit him back, said come back in a year, and he was busy doing, those days, standard 8, you get your subject choices to decide what career you wanted. And he just finished standard 7, and he made his subject choices, and then he decided, I'm not going to go back.
Did older brother?
Older brother, yes.
Did he regret it? After watching you?
No, he's a good 70 plus kilos by now.
Oh, so he's doing well, eh?
So yeah, he's doing very well.
Okay, so he's gone to Dennis Bosch School of Catering.
Correct, yes.
Excellent. Yeah. And then let's talk about you suddenly going there. What school were you at?
I was at New Forest.
My school?
Yeah.
I was a New Forest boy.
Oh,
I never knew you in New Forest.
Yeah, I was in New Forest.
Thomas Labuskachny went there. Terry Lowe, the Starp, quite a few people involved in racing went there. So you at New Forest. And
good schooling, eh?
Good schooling.
There
so you never played lock for the under 13s
no,
or something?
No, I was the point guard on the basketball team.
So you leave New Forest, you go to the academy. Any apprehension, or are you thinking now it's going to have some fun?
No, look, I just went there. Look, my father, once I decided to go, he sort of gave me a bit of schooling of what was expected, But you walk in there, you don't really you're not really prepared for what goes on.
Did you have to share in the dormitory initially?
Yeah, we were 13 on the first year intake we went in, all in one dormitory. It was an
there's
open
long
dormitory.
beds next to each other, yes.
Yeah, all
yes.
the beds next to each other, and there were 2 senior cubicles.
Oh, that's still the same, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's changed now. Everyone's got their own cubicle and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Even the first years, I think, get their own cubicle. But
Is that right, eh?
yeah, I
so they
think
put
so.
their own posters up?
That's it, yeah.
That's right.
Bit of
I remember I
privacy.
used to go down there and see Sean Cormack and people like that. They had their posters on their walls.
Yeah.
And then, so you're mates with these guys and you go out there and riding's going well. How many did you ride many as an apprentice? And can you remember your first winner?
I remember my first win. It was also called Coded Missile, actually in PE, for Nick Claassen.
Yeah.
The reason I went to PE was I was actually too light.
Were you?
I was too light. I was 26 on my intake. I was 14 years old. I weighed 26 kilos.
Wow.
So when I started I signed my papers into my second year. And obviously now they got that rule in place, 13 kilos dead weight. You're not allowed more than that, or
Yes,
14
yeah,
kilos, whatever
yeah.
it was. And I couldn't ride anything really. I mean, I was riding the 52s when they were available.
Yeah.
So I get one ride here, one ride there every couple of months. And it just wasn't...
Wasn't fun, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't fun at all. And I was getting a bit disheartened. And, they opened up the academy in PE and the opportunity came. Said, listen, would you rather want to go to PE, go to a trainer and that sort of thing? I said, you know what, try it out.
Did you go to Nick?
I went and stayed with Nick, yeah.
Oh, that must have put a weight on you.
Yeah, Nick was a old school boy, very hard,
Yeah.
very tough. But
Yeah.
I first went to Sean Park was actually...
Maybe if you went to his school of catering, you'd have got above 26.
No, they actually had a sort of academy set up there,
Yes,
and
yes.
Sean Parker was running it
Yeah.
before he became head staff here. So from there went to Nick Claassen, lived with him.
Good days?
Very good days, Mr. Left. He helped me a hell of a lot. Nick, I basically walked into stable jockey job with him.
Fantastic.
I mean, he
had some
put
good
me on
horses.
everything. He put
Yeah.
me on really everything. My first winner came with Coded Missile. It was actually a listed race where we couldn't claim. And Carl Hewitson actually got off the horse.
That's Lyle Zolman.
Yes, and Nick put me on it as an apprentice. And
Yeah.
I ended up beating, I think it was double your money for, I think Mark Khan was riding it and Gavin Smith trained it.
Okay.
And that was my first winner. That horse went on to win 12
Yeah,
races Coded
yeah.
Missile.
So
Before
they put
his-
you on a namer.
Yeah, well, I was pretty pleased with myself doing a no claiming race. So,
Yeah.
so I thought I did a good job, but obviously I let it go way too early. You let me know about that. But it was good times there.
Good apprenticeship.
Nick really, he was really there for me, Mr.
Yeah.
Bass.
And then you finish your time, you decide, I'm going to Mauritius. I want to go for a little trip. I'm a young jawler, I'm having fun,
Yeah.
and I've got hair,
Yeah.
and I'm going to Mauritius. How was that?
Yeah, Mauritius was good. It was a good learning experience. I went end of the season, the last 2 months. Like you say, I was just out of my time. I was a little bit, how can I say, a bit boisterous and thought a bit much of myself.
Like we all do.
But yeah, Mauritius, very tight track.
Yeah.
Different horses there. They're really strong. And yeah, it was a learning experience for me. I didn't get to win anything there, but
You rode for Sun
I
Gajida.
rode for Sun Gajida, yeah. It was in a transition time of their stables. I think they were just starting to branch on their own and didn't have that much or that
Yeah.
great horses. So I went there with high
Good
hopes
experience.
and came back with the experience, yes.
Yeah. So being Jack the Lad, as you are in those type of days, you came back to South Africa and you started riding for everybody. And your career was, you were getting there, but you weren't flying. Is that
Yeah.
accurate?
Correct, Mr. Lefts. Look, when you're young in that and it's not going well for you, it's very easy to become despondent.
Yeah.
I won't put all the blame on that not getting the rides and that sort of thing. I was a naughty youngster.
No.
Let's put it that way.
You're not
I had my
alone.
fun times.
Yeah.
I wasn't career focused and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. But eventually, the breaks did come, and I was at the right place at the right time, and I did work hard at it when the breaks did come.
Yeah.
And from then it's just blossomed.
It's really blossomed. And let's talk about the potholes in the road, the accidents. Now, you had what can only be described as a horrific accident down in Port Elizabeth. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I just acquired the job with Gavin Smith as stable jockey for the season, and I was riding a horse for him. It was 4 to 10 called Lucky Flag at Arlington, and I think I was drawn 2. My mate Gavin Fenter Stickman was drawn 1. He was on a giant of a horse, and we broke out the pins and both looked at each other. Which one wants to go to the front here? And
Yeah.
do you want to go? No, I don't want to go. Do you want to go? No, I don't want to go. Eventually, Gavin's horse went forward, and going into the first turn, his horse actually slipped. taking the turn. It was a massive horse, so Arlington was obviously a bit tight for it.
Yeah.
Going a bit too quick into that turn and slipped and fell in front of me. I hit it, fell off, and the field ran over me.
Oh, she terrible. And let's have a look at the photographs. They took some photographs of you. Now, this is a shocking. It's hard to even recognize who you are there, but there's still blood on your top. Yeah, they're stopping your nose from bleeding. It's the same size as James Goodman's nose in that photo. But the hair started to go, and this is a hell of a moment. Look at this. This is, you think to yourself, and then look at you now, you're lucky because you could have been scarred for life.
Yeah, for sure. No, look, it was a terrible accident. I remember most of it. I was conscious, and I was very lucky. You can see the cut that runs across my cheek.
Yes.
That is actually from my goggles that I was wearing. If I wasn't wearing those hard protective goggles, I would have lost my eye, the doctor said to me. So,
and was it from horses coming through?
A horse Greg Sheen was riding, actually Greg Sheen commented to me that it was his horse. As it ran over me and I was still rolling, it connected me. I was coming up, busy rolling, and his horse ran past and connected me. He says he actually heard, and he says he hoped it was my arm or something, but it was actually it was my face.
How long were you out for?
Probably about 3.5 months.
Long time, eh?
Yeah. Not as long as what it should have been, I think. It was 3 operations. It was a hell of a business. They cut me ear to ear. You can see the scar on my head.
Were you living or up here?
I was back here. I was raiding, yeah.
Well, right now, Warren, things have really gone from strength to strength, and the big thing I think has got to be your Group 1 winner, which is such an exciting win, especially for you getting your first one out of the way, making you realise this is my league.
Yeah.
You realise in here, this is where I belong.
Yeah, this is where you want to be. Yeah.
This is where I want to be.
Yeah, 100%.
And we will show the race of Gabor, and you can watch it and tell us what you think, Yeah.
It's Grade 1, ready to rock and roll, and they fired on their journey. Gabor jumped well, one off the inside. Castellano's got speed, red sleeves and cap. Mill Queen's around them, Snow Palace. Jack's Bird not far off them. True to Life, perfectly poised, 3 lengths off. Gallic Princess, next wave. Keep Smiling's mid-division, Kayla's Champ. Victoria Page, 3/4 of the way back, 8 or 9 lengths off them, Ardennes. What You Are further back in the running, swept off my feet. And Cockney Pride has dropped anchor, 13 lengths off. 1,000 metres to go. Mill Queen found the lead, 1.25 lengths. Castellano's racing second. Snow Palace is the grey. The favourite Gabor at the rail, 3.5 to make up. Jack's Bird the outside. True to Life with about 5 lengths to make up. Keep Smiling. Then comes Gallic Princess. Victoria Page, the red cap. Kayla's Champ further back in the running, swept off my feet. Taquini Stakes, Grade 1, 500 to go. Mill Queen has the lead. Castellano, Gabor, True to Life to the inside. Snow Palace is right there. Castellano attacks at the 300. Mill Queen, Gabor's towards the inside. Then comes True to Life, but still Mill Queen finds on the lead. Gabor now asked to run. It's Mill Queen by a length. Gabor's trying to wear her down. Snow Palace is running on. Mill Queen, Gabor now. The weight of money's on her, and here comes Gabor with a thrilling finish, and Gabor beat them. Mill Queen, Snow Palace and Victoria Page.
All right, tell us about the race.
Gabor's race?
Yes, please.
Yeah, look, very confident going into it, Mr. Lefs. I must say, I really thought she would be impossible to beat. It is a Group 1, there are good horses in the race. You've got to be very wary.
All of them, yeah.
And look, she's a lovely filly. She did everything right. She broke really nicely. I was able to get a soft lead around. Yeah. I think it was also Niven Hazen was leading Gavin.
That's right.
Gavin Larena came and sat second on Cotson's horse, and I was third on the fence. I was in a beautiful spot. And it was really smooth sailing. The pace slowed up, which I thought they would do. And yeah, everything just went as I expected with the lads.
I see she pulled the shoe. I did the interview of the race.
Yeah,
she was lucky. She grabbed both shoes.
Yeah, she pulled the shoe and she spread another shoe. Look,
that's right.
I think going through about the 700, I think Anton Marcus steadies his horse. I think maybe he might have clipped her and pulled that shoe. I'm not 100% sure where it would have been lost, but yeah,
she
could have happened there.
It
that could have cost her the race. These small things can cost horse.
Yeah, I think it was a Ferrari horse that was out in front. That kept running. That's a smart horse. It was a David Nivenason's.
Yeah, David Nivenason's.
Smart horse too.
Yeah, very smart. It's quickened really well.
Yeah.
And I could have panicked and thought, what, but I knew what I had under me. And when you're riding with a lot of confidence, you give your horse that sort of confidence flows into the horse, and you just trust in your horse, and I knew she's going to make it up.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when she was going to get there. And when she got there, she started to pull away towards the end.
Yeah, she's very, very good. And Gavin Vanzel's been very good to you.
Yeah, look, he's been also a blessing. He's been very hard on me. It hasn't been easy.
The ex-jock, you see.
Yeah. They're very hard to ride for. But yeah, Gavin's been fantastic. I must say, he really has helped my career.
And his son Gareth too, who's doing very well. They've both been very good to you.
Yes, they're both. All the Vanzels really have been good to me, Mr. Naps. Look, and Gavin's, like we've been building for the last 3 years. I think there was an interview done with him that we're a work in progress, and it's just gone from strength to strength. He's critical. He phones me after every meeting, gives me what he sees in the race, and I'll relay back to him what I did and why. And we build on from there every race. You know, we look at it and how we can improve.
Okay, and now Paul Peter's been very good to you lately too.
Yeah, look, Paul Peter's been a revelation for me in Joburg. It's been a massive help. I mean, you go there riding winners every meeting. He's got a lot of horses. He's been fantastic. And I can't say enough about the man. He's been very, very good to me.
Very good, yeah, and he's very accurate with these horses. But I think a lot of people sat up and took notice when you rode 4 in a row, the jackpot down. 3 of them were for Mark Robinson, a lovely guy too.
Yeah.
So the first one was Luna Tunes. You had no idea you can ride 4 at that stage. Was it a decent enough win?
Yeah, it was. You know, I thought she would run a massive race. The win, look, I don't know the Cape Town form that well, so I was a bit skeptical of what I'm up against. You know, there's a lot of young horses coming through now and that sort of thing. But I rode in a 1400 and was drawn poorly, and I committed her, and she probably over-raced a bit. And I said to him, look, I think she actually wants to go further, this filly, so let's try it. And the 1800 came up, got the ride back, and she duly won, which was fantastic. I mean, Greg Sheen gave a good kick at the top of the straight.
Yeah.
You know, at Cape Town they crawl and they sprint.
Yes.
But I was ready. I was in the box seat, and I had run the race really. And when he kicked, I was ready for him, but he still kicked away. And this filly ran on all the way to the line. So it was a really nice win for me.
Okay, let's look at Luna Tunes winning.
That up on the far side, White Lace is improving position, but looping them 3 deep on the turn. Still at the back of the field is Bold Diva, and 6 lengths would cover them. Midway round the turn, they have 800 metres left to go. Meningi and Daba out in front, the leader from Orion Express at the 1 girth on the far side. They being followed then by Whiskey Tango, who's in third. White Lace still travels deep on the outside of runners. Back towards their inside, we got Luna Tunes as they straight up now and head for home, and they have just on 600 metres left to go. Meningi and Daba is out on the lead. White Lace came wide up on the outside. Now Luna Tune sets out after the leader. Back towards the inside, Whiskey Tango is trying to get into it. But Meningi and Daba still rolls in front as they come to the final 300. Luna Tune's up on the outside and White Lace is deeper out. Luna Tunes coming home strongly in the centre of the course. Meningi and Daba's back towards the inside. Luna Tunes has hit the front down. He's going on in the closing stages. Luna Tunes, Meningi and Daba trying to come back to the inside. But Luna Tunes wins from Meningi and Daba. White Lace behind those. Then came Bold Diva.
Right, straight afterwards, Lady Abigail came. Now, Lady Abigail went down to Michael from his father-in-law, Doug Campbell, for the new boys. They're wonderful to having those guys. They're getting involved. They're buying a lot of horses, you know, Michael de Haas, Joe de Matter. And they've sent us down there, and this wins well.
She does, yes. Mark was actually pretty confident with her, actually. He said the first one she came from well off the pace and she ran on really strongly. And, you know, I was trapped wide on her the whole way. You know, I didn't actually have a great ride, to be honest with you. But trapped wide, they slowed it up, and I thought, you know what?
Here we go.
Here we go. I'm going for it. These guys are still slowing it up nicely. So while I can make up the ground, I'll go. And I let her go, and she really quickened really smartly. She hung pretty badly with me the last 150, and Greg Sheen came flying towards the end. But she held on gamely, so she's definitely a filly to pencil in. She'll win a couple there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's watch Lady Abigail.
First to last. Villette is the new leader into that far turn. They have 1,000 metres left to go. Honey Pie has gone up to race in second. They being followed then by Pearl Tiara, who races in third. On the outside, Lady Abigail is looping runners and going up to improve her position. Racing just in behind that one towards the inside, we've got Tattooed Rocker. Also on the move around runners, Elusive Fortune come from the back of the field and looping them 5 deep as they spin into the straight. They're at the top of the lane now. They have just on 5.50 left to the line. Valette brought the field for home along the inside. Honey Pie, the first one to move in and challenge. Deeper out in the track then, Lady Abigail is also there, and Elusive Fortune just in behind the leading group as they race down towards the final 400 metres. Lady Abigail comes forward to pick it up in the centre of the course. Back towards the inside, Elusive Fortune is trying hard. She still has 2 lengths to make up. Lady Abigail has a useful lead up the outside. Elusive Fortune has taken off in the closing stages. Lady Abigail might last long enough. Lady Abigail, I think, lasted long enough from Elusive Fortune. They were followed by Honey Pie back in third.
Right, we're back. Then was it Secret Depths was the third one?
Yeah, this was the one we're most confident on, to be honest. Yeah. Look, there was also Snace in there that had, I think, beaten this filly before. And yeah, but drawn 1, I had run in the race again, Mr. Left, and everything just went right for me. Gaps open at the right time, down the inside. She quickened really smartly. She actually hit the front end and didn't really go on with it. That's why they got very close to her. I think if she really kicked down and went on with it, she wins at a length going away. But yeah, it was a good win nonetheless.
Okay, let's have a look at this one. Secret Depths.
Miss Plumcake races just in behind that, and she'd be 4 lengths off this leader. Into the Limelight races just in behind that one, followed then by Sleeping Single and Talita Borealis, content to bide her time at the back of the field. They start to take the angle for home. They have just over 600 metres left to run. There's no change in the order, with Midnight Moonlight bringing the field off that false rail. On the outside, Water Spirit is racing back in second. Towards their inside, Secret Depths goes for a rails run. Sleeping Single is hooked to the outside. She has about 4 to make up as they inside the final 400. Down towards the inside, Secret Depths comes forward. Up towards her outside, we've got Water Spirit who's right in touch with the leaders. Sleeping Single still has a length or 2 to make up on the outside. Secret Depths in front over towards the inside. Up towards the outside, Sleeping Single and Water Spirit are trying hard. Secret Depths hanging tough. Here comes the line. Secret Depths holds on. Sleeping Single on the outside. Tight in behind that between Midnight Moonlight and Water Spirit.
Right, and the fourth one for your jackpots was Bellingham Bay. Now, this was for Paddy, was no?
With stands.
Eric, that's right. Yeah. Tell us about the race.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. You know, I won him his last start. I won him in Kenilworth, and I learned a lot from him there. You know, he's very, very strong horse. He likes to roll. So, 1,000 metres, Durbanville, drawn well. I let him roll, Mr. Left, and catch me if you can, sort of thing. And they challenged me early, and I still had a bit in the tank. When I squeezed him, the effort was there. So a nice win for me. He's probably getting close to his rating, but it was a good win nonetheless.
Good win, eh? And then quickly touch on Paul Peters' 5 the other day. Fantastic.
Yeah, you know, you can do no wrong at the moment. Everything touches turns to winners. So glad to be a part of that sort of that stable. But yeah, he had 5, I had 4.
Yeah.
The kid won on 2 of his and I won on 3 of his, so it was a fantastic day. Everything just fell into place. You don't really realize that you're winning 4 or 5 races at the time. You
just
go out and you get on to do the job, and when you look again, geez, it's been 4 races.
Muzi across the Yeni had thought, well, Lyle's gone away, I'm going to grab the championship. But you threw your hat into the ring and said, I'm going for it now. You've started fantastically. So is Muzi. Going to be a great race.
Yeah, look, there's still big names got to come through that are coming back. You know, you've got Gavin Larena, Anton Marcus, Bernard Faderherb. There's big names that are coming back. Richard Freed's got a lot of support in Cape Town.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic rider.
Yes.
So these guys, there's a lot of guys coming back, but while they're away, try and get a bit of lead. You know, Miss Lefts, can't be silly about it. The guys are away, so try and get a gap. And
are you leading at the moment?
I'm leading, yeah.
Yeah, so as you say, you want to get a break on the Marcuses and Gav Larena. These are superb riders.
Yes.
Gav's been champion before. I don't know if Arthur has, if he's ever gone for it.
No, Arthur has.
Has he been?
Yeah, but when there was incentive, he went very hard for it.
This put a bit of a sensitive. Well, it looks good. We have to say that you've become a really, really good rider and top of the tree at the moment. Let's hope it keeps going, and thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lefty. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be on your show. I do watch it, just so you know, I'm one of the subscribers. So, yeah, it's a fantastic show. You're doing a great job. Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much. There we go. That's Warren Kennedy.